Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen with your weather podcast for this April 16th. It is Monday morning, 4:39 a.m. Central Time. It's a cold morning out there. We have temperatures starting out in the 30s. Then you have a brisk west wind coming in at 10 to 15 to 25. Occasionally some gust out there, making it feel like it's in the 20s. And then on top of that, even a little bit of light snow flurry activity or a raindrop, depending on temperature, but not a big deal. It's just going to be a blustery kind of, shall I say, sprintery kind of a day. And we thought sprinter was over, but it's not. One short taste, and then we're back in the 60s and 70s. It'll be over. This will be, the only day out of the next 7 that I see that's like this. That doesn't mean that there's not more to come. That old saying of, wait until after Derby Day, starting to look more true than ever. This year especially. In other parts of the country, they're not escaping the winter-like grip, especially further north. I mean, it's crazy. Now, we do have, for instance, a freeze warning that is in effect for the area tonight, overnight tonight, and early Tuesday morning. That means tonight is temperatures under a mainly clear sky going to get into the upper 20s to low 30s. It's nuts. It is just a product of this kind of a pattern that we're in. Winter really just doesn't want to go away, but hence it is what it is. We could even set a record low maximum temperature today, and by that I mean the coldest high temperature for the day. So far on record, that would be 48, set back in 1984. So if we get no warmer than 48 today for a high temperature, that would tie the record. But if we get colder than 48 for a high temperature today, which looks very likely, then that would break that record of the coldest high temperature for today. Yikes. Yesterday we had a high of 62 in Bowling Green. That happened early, though, in the morning at around 1:30. 70 is where we should be on average. That's an 8-degree difference. 40 was our low temperature. 45 where we should be on average. That's a 5-degree difference. 1 year ago, we had a high of 83 and a low of 57 back in 2017. We did pick up almost 3/4 of an inch of rain over the last 24 hours, 73 hundredths. So now that brings our April total up to 2.52. And we have a surplus of a ½ inch. This morning, we're going to be cloudy, breezy, cold, blustery at times, occasional snow flurries or rain showers mixed in with a brisk west wind at 15 to 25, and a high today only at 45 if we even make that. But if we do, that would still be a record cold high temperature for the day. For tonight, clearing, colder, with widespread frost and that freeze warning that's in effect for the entire WBKO viewing area. 31, although some of you will hit 28, 29, 30 with a west wind at 6. Tuesday, though, we go all the way to 66. Crazy, I know. It's like mix of clouds and sunshine, more of a southwest wind that should warm us all the way into the mid-60s. And then we jump another 10 degrees on Wednesday, mostly sunny, 76. No, I did. You heard right, 76. From 45 to 40, 45 to 31 tonight to 76 on Wednesday. And then another cold front comes through Wednesday night into Thursday. I don't see that much in the way of precipitation with that front, but it will cool us down to 60 on Thursday, mostly sunny, 64 Friday. Now, we are looking at a few rain chances for the upcoming weekend, but not like this past weekend with a heavy rain. We're talking about a 30% chance of showers late Saturday evening after a high of 67. Sunday, a 40% chance of showers and 66. But today, it's all going to be about the wind, brisk, bitter wind chills in the 20s for your kids to catch the bus this morning and for you to head to work. Be mindful of that. And if you've put out any new plants for the spring growing season, well, you may want to cover them up or bring them in tonight with that freeze warning in effect. And you know, today is April 16th. You know what that means? Well, I mean, if you haven't got your taxes done, you actually have one more day. The deadline is tomorrow, April 17th, because the 15th, yesterday, fell on a Sunday, so that would push it to Monday, today. But today is a little-known federal holiday called Emancipation Day. So that's why it's pushed to tomorrow, the 17th. But April 16th comes to mind for a lot of us, especially in weather, of Spring Storm 98. 1998. 20 years ago today. Can you believe that? I can't. 20 years ago today was Spring Storm 98 when we had the large hail, the 5 inches of rain, flooding, the tornadoes that unfortunately killed 4 people. It was just an incredible day. Over $500 million of damage, mainly from the hail. I remember going down Scottsville Road after it happened, and with all the power still out, you could still see just from the headlights every single new car sitting on all the car lots, from Leachman all the way down to Gary Force and beyond, Campbell. They were all damaged. It's like somebody took a ball-peen hammer and just went crazy. Incredible day. We will never forget. Still one of the biggest spring storms in history as far as the amount of damage. At that time, in 1998 dollars, over $500 million in damage, and that's just Bowling Green. That didn't count everywhere else. But we're going to reminisce about that storm later today, coming up on the news, especially at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tonight. We've got footage, we've got pictures. I'll be reminiscing some about it because I was here. I mean, we were here covering it 20 years ago. So, wow, yeah, 20 years ago today. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the podcast. God bless as always, and thank you so much for listening. Know the weather before it knows you. Have a great day, but just bundle up. I'll see you live at 5:30 on AM Kentucky, 11 a.m. on midday, streaming live to the WBKO app and the new WBKO weather app. Hopefully you've downloaded that and tried it. We're still in beta mode, but we're getting close to the official launch. Later today, if you can, join me for my radio show at Classic Hits, Sam 100.7 between 3 and 7 p.m. and online anytime around the world at bowlinggreensam.com.